After my 4 months, I went back to work only to get a rest. That's the only reason I've got back to work, actually. Because, yeah, it is tough. You know, it's sort of routine, too. So once you get into the routine, you know this time this needs to be happening, you keep an eye on things. Once you get the routine sorted, then it's OK. It works like clockwork. But for the first few weeks, quite tough, yeah.
But you also had help, though, didn't you? You have a cleaner, so you were able to not have to do everything.
Exactly, yeah. So she did a few hours for me. She covered in the week, and my daughter and her got on really well, so it was great. So I managed to get some other stuff done, so it wasn't just full-on kid stuff all the time. So that was quite good.
So there are people, obviously, out there who can't afford to get cleaners and to get any help, and it's full-on for them. Would you recommend it to them?
I would, and that's a very good point. Financially, I also had some savings. So although when I took my 4 monds off, there was zero pay, not even statutory pay coming. So I had no money coming in for 4 months. But I had some savings, which I used up. I thought there was no better way to you know, spend those savings than looking after my kids and watching them grow up. And, you know, no other time am I going to be able to spend so much time out with my kids. So, yeah.
Did you miss it?
Did I miss being at home?
Yeah.
I did, but I came back to a new role, and I really needed the time to get to learn the new role, and I felt less guilty, actually.
Did you really?
I did, because I knew that they were in good hands. I knew that Adrian was the best person for them to be with at that time, so it made it easier for me to focus on the new job, yeah.
How was your relationship with the kids? Obviously, yours was enhanced and must have been very strong. But how was your relationship from not being there?
Well, I'd spent 10 months, 10 and a half months with both of them when after the birth of my daughter. I have to say they did start to go to daddy and want daddy. So I did feel a bit awkward about that at times. And as a result, after being back full-time for a year, I then changed my job situation completely. So now I work 3 days a week at a smaller company and have my own business as well. So a lot more flexibility. So I think doing these sorts of things, when you experiment with things, you don't know what it's like until you do it. And Adrian had probably quite a romanticized view of what it's like to be at home
It's true.
until he did it.
Well, both of you, thank you very much for sharing your story.